Margaret had always been the kind of neighbor who brought soup when you were sick and watered your plants when you were away. So when elderly Mrs. Chen asked for a spare key, Margaret didn't hesitate. "Just in case," Mrs. Chen had said, pressing Margaret's hand with her papery fingers. "You're the only one I trust." For 3 years, Margaret checked on Mrs. Chen weekly. She helped with groceries, changed light bulbs, and listened to stories about Shanghai in the 1940s. In return, Mrs. Chen insisted Margaret take things home, a jade bracelet here, a silk scarf there. "I have no use for these anymore," Mrs. Chen would say, waving away Margaret's protests. "They need someone who will appreciate them." When Mrs. Chen passed peacefully in her sleep, Margaret mourned deeply. She'd lost more than a neighbor. She'd lost a friend. The accusation came like a slap. Mrs. Chen's son stood on Margaret's doorstep, his face twisted with grief and rage. "You stole from my mother," he spat, pointing at the jade bracelet on Margaret's wrist. "That scarf, those teacups, everything's missing." Margaret's heart sank as she realized the truth. Mrs. Chen had never told her family about the gifts. To them, Margaret looked like a predator who'd befriended a lonely old woman and robbed her blind. "She gave me these things," Margaret whispered, but even to her own ears it sounded like every thief's excuse. The police came. Neighbors whispered. Margaret returned every item, each one feeling like she was losing Mrs. Chen all over again. Standing in her empty kitchen, holding the spare key she'd never needed to use, Margaret understood the cruelest irony of all. Mrs. Chen had given her these treasures to remember their friendship by. But now, every missing item would be the only memory the family had of Margaret. Not as the caring neighbor who'd brightened their mother's final years, but as the woman they believed had stolen from her. Some gifts, Margaret realized, cost more than anyone could imagine.